Welcome back, everybody. A little bit of a longer break, but we have our lower finals ready to go. Team Priestley, Team Steevo. Couldn't be more excited, Jesse. And we're looking at this as a Team Priestley team who fell in that winner's final 3-0 versus Team Noisy, but took them the distance in every single one of those maps. Team Steevo coming off a hot win in that hard point, close win in that hard point, but sneaking away with it, now looking to ride that momentum. This is going to be a great series.
It's almost like the tale of two very similar tapes, right? Like Team Priestley coming off of 3 very close losses, Team Steevo coming off of 3 very close map wins. So if that has anything to tell us, hopefully we're going to be in for an absolute banger, a classic of a series between these two. And honestly, Colin, the winner of this gets to go face Team Noisy. So what a pat on the back and a congratulations to go face them. But I think that either of these teams can take maps off of that team. It's just going to come down to really needing to play as the best that you absolutely can, and it starts right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be an easy grand final no matter what way you paint it. But for both of these teams, like I said before, they're hungry for a win and they want to play up against the best. So this is going to be where both get to kind of lay it all on the line to see if they get that matchup against Team Noisy. Let's take a look at Team Priestley first, though. Coming from that winner's bracket final, dropping down to the loser's final, and now looking to get back up there for revenge. I thought we were going to take a look at the team, but here we are looking at the maps for the series. The best of 5 going to be laid out: Mercado, Embassy, Hotel, Embassy, Fortress. Jesse, I'm ready to go. First time seeing Mercado today.
Yeah, first time seeing Mercado today. We get the no Fortress, and I mean, honestly, respects to Team Steevo there. I would imagine that it was their ban out of Fortress after how good Team Priestley looked on that map all the way against Team Noisy. I mean, why would you want to play them on that map, right? And then you go Embassy as that map number 2. That's a really good one as well. But we did see how good Team Priestley looked on that, so that should be a good map for them. Hotel Control is that 3rd map, and then, like you said, Embassy and Fortress. If we go the distance, I think this is gonna be a really good map set. I'm liking it.
Yeah, the one big thing that's going to separate Team Steevo and Team Priestley throughout this best of 5, 100% going to be those search and destroys, Jesse. I don't know what was going on with Team Steevo on that Hotel Search and Destroy versus Team Chalk, but it has to change now going to the losers final, because it's one of those thoughts where you can't have a bad game mode. Going into that grand final, playing up against Team Noisy, you can't have a bad game mode. They're going to expose you for it.
Absolutely. They will 100% expose you. I think that Team Priestley has the opportunity to really expose Team Steevo as well, right? Like with that Embassy Search and Destroy as well. With how good Team Priestley looked at it, Team Steevo really need to bring the fight to them. They cannot look the way that they looked inside of the Hotel Search and Destroy in the last series. And you can see they banned it out here. They didn't like the way it felt in their last series. They banned it out here. So they definitely feel like they can take the fight here to Team Priestley. It's really just going to come down to, let's dive into this one. Let's make sure that we don't allow them to really have a great opportunity of being able to break into that one. And I guess we'll get into that one when we get into it there.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about you, Jesse, but I'm okay with not seeing a Mercado Search and Destroy today.
I'm also okay with that. I'm not a big fan
it's one of those maps where it's one of those maps where I liked it. We've seen it, so many A hits, and now we move on to next. So Embassy Search and Destroy has really grown on me throughout the year. Yeah,
Embassy Search and Destroy is really good, right? Because you got multiple lanes that you can hit.
Yeah.
2 bomb sites that you can hit.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often on Mercado very much, really. It's just 2 lanes, middle map, A lane, nades, spam, everybody run at each other. That's Mercado Search and Destroy. And sometimes a sniper down middle of the map. Let's not forget about the one-offs of down the middle of the map.
And when they don't have trophies, then you go B. Then you go B. But
it's all right. We get a Mercado hardpoint to start this. It's okay. Mercado hardpoint's fun. 7 Hills, chaos. I'm here for it.
And a good old-fashioned map number 1 to start off between these two teams. Priestley looking for that rematch. Steevo looking to see if they can punch their way into the grand finals, upset this Team Priestley squad who've looked so good today, and make themselves known as some of the best in collegiate Call of Duty from past. Number 1 is going to be open. Priestley got a little bit of time there to start off. Kaiser had to drop off, though, because of the pressure from these nades from Team Steevo. Without those trophy systems, you just cannot keep on this hill.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see both teams putting a ton of pressure right now, trying to flip these spawns or hold on to these spawns more so if you're Team Priestley. And Kaiser will do a great job wrapping back, wins that gunfight. You had players 7 and 5 both hold cams. That was Cal and Priestley now coming off spawn. And with 10 seconds left here on this P1, unless we get a massive wipe here from Team Steevo, then we should have a decent setup here for Team Priestley to start this next hill.
P2's going to open up. First rotation for Priestley. Nice shot there from Cal. Drop shot onto Paralysis. However, numbers advantage for Team Steevo nonetheless. They're funneling in, flooding this alleyway. And now looking to overwhelm. Drill's going to catch the stun. Hops in, doesn't check the right side. Brandon, easy one. Cal follows up. Paralysis going to try to look in on this one. See if you can pull this one back. But a nice defensive hold from Team Priestley. Only one they need to clean up is Zeloxities. And once they do, they can start collecting time.
And in case you missed the first series of the day and you did not see the way Brandon was playing earlier, Brandon's been on absolute fire today. 7-1 already now to start this map off as well. He was running it up against a bunch of pros earlier on. Brandon playing out of their mind at the moment. 45-8 to start this game off, and already the rotation going across the map. You can see there could be a fight for this one here. You do have more pressure for Team Steevo, but definitely an opportunity for Team Priestley to try to break from the front.
4-player setup so far. Drills has his eyes on the whole wrong setup. Push through dark. Drill's going to be blindsided. Trade out, but Kaiser keeping things forward for Team Priestley. Now with the hill on lock for Team Steevo. Only 2 players looking to defend Priestley. They cannot wait too long because the players spawn out for Steevo, and there might be a chance for a little bit of a pinch. Para's going to drop on down, but 3 unanswered kills from Priestley. A quick break into Elephant Room.
And let's not forget, Team Steevo was having a bit of a hard time holding hills, right, in that last series that they just played as well. So definitely need to look to try to improve that here, especially against Team Priestley. You can't go down this massive this early on. This needs to be a break right back in, and hopefully they can find it here. It's going to be Drills from the back line, 5 HP. Throws that nade down, tries to push in, unfortunately won't find Priestley, and that's going to be a great hold there from Team Priestley, and a rotational battle. Oh, I thought they were about to close that out there too, but it will be an early setup now for Team Steevo as we head to Barber.
It's a big kill for Team Steevo. They needed this rotation first now to hold on. Like you said, they've been struggling on holding these hills. They have 4 players rotating early. Zeloxity's going to be bottom Cantina, hoping to lock down this back alley. But everything, all the attention is going to be on Paralysis. Nice shots from Priestley. Breaks on through. But now they have to follow up for Team Steevo. They need to dig deep here. The kill's just not going their ways. Now Zelo's got to back up down this alley, and it's just everybody loses their ones, Jesse. And Team Priestley, some nice shots to break that hill fast.
And kind of referencing back to the first series we saw today, we also saw Priestley a few times in these maps. Start off cold, get a little hot as it went on. Now 8-6 again here. I mean, a great start, and I say 8-6 because he started off 2-6, and now he is up on another 6 spree, absolutely turning it up. We go across the map towards new. You still got Priestley soaking up time at old, and this should be a rotational battle 1 here from Team Priestley. As long as they're able to close out the gunfights, they have the positioning.
A near 100-point lead for Team Priestley, and Brandon is not done. Luckily for Team Steevo, they start to piece together a couple kills. Drill's going to win their one on the inside of that hill. Brandon, though, heals back up, sits top Elephant Room, waits for the team to rally together to see if they can hit this once again. A pinch play from Team Priestley. Zeloxity's, though, going to get away with Priestley looking the wrong way through the middle of the map. Traded out by Cal. Now for the break. Now for the chance in. Kaiser leading the charge for it. 2-piece from Kaiser. Brandon just sitting and holding the attention while the rest of his team breaks that hill.
It was a clean break, but they forgot about Paralysis up top, and Paralysis will make you pay for a small period of time until Cal finishes that off as well. Rotation over to new. It's just Drills here. They are being out-rotated very badly by Team Priestley here. Yeah. And even when they are winning the rotations, Team Priestley's breaking on the first attempt.
Double digits for every single player on Team Priestley, Jesse, but very slow starts from Zeloxities and Paralysis. The difference maker, I'd say, in their games versus Team Chalk were the sub matchups, and right now the way that Kaiser's playing alongside Priestley, it doesn't seem like they could get the same job done as they did before, and Priestley there to close out on what Kaiser started yet again.
Yeah, I mean, Kaiser and Priestley is a very tough sub-duo to go up against. We've seen these two dominate in College COD for quite a long period of time. Now the lead grown over to 100 points. Priestley still inside the hill. Can't knock down them both, but will at least knock down one, and there's enough players still here from Team Priestley to be able to reach out right back into it. Zaloxides will fall, and, I mean, Kaiser gets two again.
No way.
It is just ridiculous, the two pieces after two pieces we're seeing on the side of Team Priestley right now, and scrap time again goes their way, and look at the rotation, already pressure towards new.
Just one after the other, the pressure just layering on from Team Priestley. Gonna get close to that 200-point marker, or Team Steevo still 30 points away from breaking the triple digits. Inside of this one, already kills going the way of Team Priestley. Priestley gonna be set up in the back alley. AR is going to be looking to lock down these lanes. Priestley hops into the back of the cars. Cal to back him up. Cal finds a two-piece, and all the ARs chiming in there for the kills to break.
I mean, I know it's not an absolute perfect game right now, but I feel like this is about as perfect as a game you could really get on Mercado with how scrappy this game can be and how scrappy this map can be at times. They are just outpacing Team Steevo really badly right now. Drill's going to be the only player that's really near this hill to be able to try to find a break. Will push through lockers, will fall, and this is just more time now going the way of Team Priestley, able to shut things down finally. With 14 seconds left, we might get a break here, and it still might get shut down because Priestley and Co are dropping bombs right now on Team Steevo.
Yeah, they're just those guys at the moment. Not to mention, Jesse, that Brandon and Priestley both have cruise missiles. So let's say, let's play hypothetics and, Team Steevo make the comeback, really, harness their inner Boston Breach Academy and decide that they want to flip the script here on Mercado Hardpoint. But even if they do, you got to worry about those cruise missiles when you do go to those wide open hills, and it just doesn't seem like Team Priestley even want to use that as an option. They're back into P1. Kaiser soaking up the clock there. Priestley through L, going to be able to find another kill. Cal to back him up as well. Nobody's going to be inside of this hill, Jesse, but they are just holding this map control and not allowing Team Steevo to do anything.
They're in full flow state right now, Colin. Everything working the way of Team Priestley. If they can jump inside this hill, they could close this one out here. Drills will pop two through middle of the map, though, so that will shut any idea of that down. But as we look towards new, you got middle map cut off from Brandon. He'll drop two more through there. Maybe even three.
Wow.
Nah, it's going to be Cal who takes away two, but still, you look at new, it's going to be all Team Priestley set up. I don't even know if anybody on Team Steevo can get close.
13 seconds. Now down to 7 seconds. Kaiser's going to line them up through the tunnel. Priestley called in the cruise missile. And a map one thrashing from Team Priestley. Like, Jesse, up until now, we were, 7.4 6-point games in the hard points. But a 100-point club for Team Priestley to start things off in this lower final, right back into form.
I think this just shows you how bad they want it. They want that rematch. They want Team Noisy in the finals again. And they are going to do absolutely everything in their power to get back to that point, to take them down once again. That was a thrashing, Colin. That was not close. I mean, for a Mercado hardpoint, like, we talk about it a lot. Mercado's scrappy. Mercado is close. A lot of times because you could just trade hills back and forth. There was no trading hills in this game. This was just a straight thrashing. Team Priestley looking amazing there inside of this hardpoint.
Start to finish, it was three-piece after three-piece, Jesse. Just look throughout these highlights at the kill feed. Right there, we see 3 in the kill feed from Team Steevo, but followed up by an immediate break from Team Priestley. Still, somehow, they put it together. Even when they're at that deficit, even when they're, at a loss inside of this hard point, it was that one player who always turned up for at least a two-piece. And, man, did they put them to the test. Team Steevo coming off of that win versus Team Chalk. Completely null and void now.
This last three-piece, too, from Kaiser. It was just disgusting. I mean, like I said, towards the end of that, the whole team was just in flow state. Did he get hit by the cruise missile at the end? Or was that
I think it was a trophy system that blew him up.
It always be your own. That's all I'm saying. That I end up taking you out.
That's how you kill me in our ranked games.
I mean, go GG, go next. I don't know what to tell you, man. But Team Priestley, we can see it here one more time at the very end. Very good map. 21 and 13 from Cal. Kaiser 27 and 18. Priestley 20 and 14, and then Brandon 26 and 11 leading the way once again in terms of kill death ratio, almost leading the way in terms of damage as well. What more can you ask? A fantastic map one out of them.
Well, I mean, you could ask a little bit more from Team Steevo after that map number 1. Now heading into Search and Destroy, where you already didn't look good.
Yeah.
I think you look to the submachine guns. Like I was saying, throughout that Mercado, I mean, talk about their match in the lower semifinals. Who were the ones to really swing things into their favor? It was Paralysis and Zaloxides making those plays, keeping it scrappy, and rotating and finding those kills. But in that map for Mercado, they were trying to do that, but always shut out by the ARs of Team Priestley.
And you could really see it there as well. When they were like getting close in terms of like having an opportunity to break, I think what stands out to me most, Colin, was when it was top Cantina, that hill. It felt like every single time we got to that hill, or the one time that we got to that hill, and that's probably the closest 1v1 fights that you'll constantly get submachine guns versus submachine guns. Every time we got a player from Team Priestley up there, whether it be Kaiser, Priestley, whoever, it was 2-piece, 3-piece. It did not matter. They were dropping them dead as soon as they pushed through one of those chokes. Team Steevo subs, like you called, they need to kind of perform at a higher level here. And gosh, we need to get Drills some help. I mean, Drills was the only player really it felt like shooting back in that map 1. 2,400 damage versus the rest of his teammates, all sitting around 1,500 to 1,300. Need to get him some help here in this map number 2 for sure.
Unfortunately, we're heading to an Embassy Search and Destroy for them. This is the map that we saw Team Priestley play Team Noisy in the winners final. They took them to around 11, Jesse. You had Kaiser playing on offense with the sniper. You had Cal playing on defense with the sniper. And both of them were finding first bloods over and over again. They weren't even the best performing players through that map. It's been Brandon really stepping up for Team Priestley, really showcasing how good of an AR he can be, how good he can anchor these sites. And I think for Team Steevo, one of the biggest things that you can look to improve on going into this against Team Priestley will be that first blood category, which is missing on that Hotel Hardpoint from your last series.
Absolutely. That is a great point. Those first bloods are going to be very important. We saw it the last time we saw this map as well. That first bloods made a massive difference through a lot of the rounds. Maybe not the final round of the Embassy Search and Destroy that we saw the last time, but a lot of the rounds. Those first bloods did determine who walked away with those rounds. The one thing I'm the most excited to see here in this game, though, Colin, is Cal with that snip snap again. I hope we see a shot like we saw in that middle of the map in that first series today. Because if you guys missed that shot, holy, I mean, it might be one of the best shots I've ever seen hit in college COD. I'm not going to lie.
He put it to work against some of the best, might I add, too. I think that was the most tippable part about it. And here we see Cal on defense, or on offense with the sniper yet again. Priestley's going to hop that bomb right away. And look at the respect that Team Steevo are giving. They're going to give up this plant.
It's the exact same thing we saw in round 1 of the last time we saw Team Priestley play. Snipe through the wall, don't hit anything, bomb moves up, bomb goes down, and now you need to play for a 4v4 retake.
Stun's gonna hit too. Or will it? Should have at least touched onto one, but gonna be the help there. Cal's watching over. Priestley wins the fight towards the back AC, and Cal watching over Kaiser to make sure that no play can be made just yet. Steevo trying to at least finesse a little bit there, but Brandon's made the full rotation top AC, and they have this on lock.
They absolutely do, and that's honestly picture perfect of what we saw when they played Team Noisy in that round 1. We saw Cal try to hit a snipe through the doors and not hit anything. Bomb go up, bomb go down immediately. They get a man advantage at some point in the round, and they just close at the man advantage perfectly. Team Priestley bringing the same strats that we saw and still cooking really well with them here. It's going to be up to Team Steevo to adjust early inside of this game. I wonder if somebody pulls out the snip snap on the side of Team Steevo as well, because I mean you're going to have to answer back Cal, and it looks like we may have somebody pulling one out. I thought I saw one on the right side there, possibly.
Doesn't seem like it. Nobody's going to be staying back. Only player to push up is going to be Kaiser, and Kaiser's going to get cleaned up right away by Zaloxides and Steevo working together. However, you do lose that player on Palm Tree, so you are susceptible to a little bit of a flank, but no matter what, Team Steevo, they push forward. They take those gunfights, and in fact, they walk away with them. 3v1 for Brandon, who has been able to evade the information. Bomb's going to go down for back AC. They know exactly where Brandon is. No way, Zelo makes this possible. 1v1 Brandon, 5 kills in a row. The reads on every single player. He gets it done.
Nobody even shot back. They didn't have an opportunity to shoot back. Brandon pre-aimed everything so well there in that situation. Just predicted the spots, got the players. I guarantee you he heard some of them as well running around without dead silence that early in the game. And yeah, absolutely makes them pay for the mistakes there. I think they were expecting Brandon to be on a full flank with the way that they were setting up. And you could even see, I can't remember who it was he killed first there in that round, but the player that was like looking towards the backside of the offensive spawn, they were definitely thinking he was on a full flank there because they were hitting that a lot in that first series, but not the case. They weren't able to find it. And now Team Priestley, they are really starting to cook here in this series.
Who's going to be a top AC? Yet again, it looks like they want to put pressure on that sniper. Paralysis through the middle of the map. Actually looking to see if you can find a route, and you will. Kaiser does end up going down. So Paralysis now in a really, really good spot to win this round for Team Steevo. Well, that bomb gets rotated. I thought the bomb was getting rotated all the way over towards A. Bomb's in fact down. Cal has a sniper in the spot. That is ridiculous.
And now if you're Brandon, you're just playing for streaks right now. Take a couple shots on drills. Just try to play your life here. If you're Team Steevo, you should be hunting this player down with all of your might at the moment. As a full 4-man, just run it like a pack of dogs at him. Paralysis will find the kill too. So that's a massive round from Team Steevo. Not only do you win the round out, but you shut down the streaks from Brandon as well.
There we go. Round on the board for Team Steevo, and a big one too. And you can put a lot of that effort from that middle map control that they did garner from the start of that round, Jesse. It's so important to at least not allowing Cal to dominate that spot with that sniper rifle.
Absolutely. Very big there. Quiet so far through the first 3 rounds has been Kaiser. We'll see if they can pick it up in the later portions of the round here. Also Priestley as well, kind of quiet through these first couple rounds. It's really just been on Brandon and Cal who have been popping off so far here. And Brandon goes down early along with Priestley. Right. This is a great push over towards B. Kaiser's got the sniper out as well. And Kaiser needs to at least get one here with this.
The team nade.
The team nade.
What? Oh, drills. You're right, Jesse. It really be owned sometimes. Right there may have just given an angle back into this one for the rest of Team Priestley. You have Paralysis sitting on those vans. Cal's got to stay alive. A little bit of a spinorama to make it happen. Kaiser's getting caught with a sniper. A close hold from Team Steevo paying off. Now Cal to win this out. Another 1v3 maybe. Oh. Snaps over to the last player. Jesse just had not enough time to take those shots.
Yeah, I mean, not enough time. Really tagged up there as well. And Zelo, you're not going to lose this gunfight. Not when Cal's that weak. Will fly out, wins the gunfight there. Colin, that one got a little too close for comfort there, especially with the team day and everything. But you know what? They stabilize. They get the job done. We get a 2-2 tie. And I already feel like Team Steevo is playing a little bit better on this map than we saw in the Hotel Search and Destroy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Team Steevo have taken steps to definitely be a lot more composed, for sure. Oh! Snipes from Cal. Removed there. Steevo thought he had a chance. Zloxides. Oh, no way. They have a double sniper set up.
Double boomstick out here. Cal and Kaiser both sniping. One through middle of the map, one on the far right. And that is just an absolutely toxic strategy right now from Team Priestley. But, I mean, when both of them are hitting shots like they have been, Colin, I mean, I can't really blame them.
I mean, Jesse, we went through a whole year of Cold War without a single sniper. It's nice to see 2 snipers up. Love that. Up. Cal, looks like we're down to 1 sniper. Drill's going to get caught out in the open. Paralysis through the middle of the map. Had to be forced into making a play with limited time. And Team Priestley, they retake their lead in the search.
They felt bad about the nade kill in the last round, so they decided, hey, we don't want to have 2 snipers out. We're just going to take Cal out of the game. Plain and simple, right? And they get the job done nonetheless. I mean, it was a 1v4. It would have been really hard to come back in that either way. Now we'll just have to see what Team Steevo decides to do back on their offense now. And it looks like with Cal's been running the sniper on offense, and like you said, Kaiser on defense. So both having the sniper out again here, I would imagine.
Oh, Cal hit the shot last time. This time around, he's not going to beat them out. Priestley follows up, though, to the middle of the map, and in fact gets the better of Drills immediately. That's the backup from the bomb, so Paralysis is just going to be left in this forward position. Will Team Steevo hopefully try to catch somebody getting aggressive through their spawn?
Yeah, Paralysis in a tough spot. The bomb's he's not even carrying bombs, so I mean, at least he can overextend, which is exactly what we're seeing here. Big one-on-one with Priestley, but the sub comes out on top. And now 2 players left alive. They want to rotate out, and Brandon is completely prepared for that rotation. I think Zelo has a sniper in hand. Nades will find it, so at least get one back in their hand there without losing a player.
It's unfortunate for Brandon, but it's much needed for Team Steevo. Now rotating over towards this A site. Cal fully wrapped over with the sniper. I want to see this back.
I think
let's get a replay through the kill cam because that was 2 quick snipes. So a little bit of strafe over, jumps out. Oh, this guy is on fire.
Plain and simple, Cal hits those. That's basically it. I'm surprised he didn't hit the player flying across the middle of the map again like we saw the last time through. But Team Priestley, after losing 2 rounds, they'll take back 2 of their own, build that 2-round lead back up for themselves here. Have a little bit of wiggle room to play with. And Cal with the sniper back out. It looks like we're going to go towards the back of A, see if they can't catch a player off in Xbox. And Zelo also sniping at Xbox.
Cal is fishing for something. Zelo's got to be careful. Where was that shot from? That had to be just the corner of the trailer. Barely showing anything there was Cal and Zeloxy's. That is, any time to heat up with the sniper, it's dead.
And what's unfortunate now is you don't have a lot of map control as Team Priestley. You need to try to find your way, force your way through middle of the map, and unfortunately, you're going to run into Paralysis, and now it's just Kaiser left. 1 versus 3. Oh, Velocities gets a stun on him, though. Will fall.
Kaiser in a weird spot. Oh, the no-scope. Fast enough in the back pocket. 1 versus 2, 30 seconds. I mean, this is doable. Drills caught out in the open. A little bit weird there from Kaiser. The duck underneath the wall, and it set him off there. So we get to see another round for Team Steevo, keeping this really close in the search.
Yeah, at least keeping this one close, right? Like, that's the big thing. The last search that we saw them in, they went down 5-0 and just didn't even give themselves a chance to fight back into the search. Now in this one, like you said, keeping it close, giving yourself a chance to at least fight later on inside of the map is what is really, really different here. And Cal still with that boomstick out. He's going to look over middle of the map. We've seen this a few times here so far. Will peek out. Nothing chowing yet. And this might let them know, like, hey, it's either a very passive push or to be expecting something to be coming around A, and that's why you see so much pressure over at the A site right now for Team Priestley.
It's cooked. Let loose. Doesn't make it through the window, but player number 2 has found his way in. It's like Priestley just going to be delivered that spot, and now he just sits and waits. That's bomb.
And now you're in a tough spot here. Zelo will try to hold through middle of the map with the sniper. Not getting anything, though, as you get a double flank now being pushed through. Priestley, full flank. You still got Cal watching middle of the map, and you have 0 map control, really, if you're Team Steevo, because you got Priestley on the flank. He'll shut it down another one. And now it's really just Drills left alive up top. Paralysis now 1v3.
For a second, Drills was coexisting with Brandon. I was wondering when they were going to realize that each other were there or one the other, and looks like Brandon's going to spot it out. Priestley enough distraction to allow him that time. And Cal puts the pin in it, puts the nail in the coffin. This sniper has been so oppressive.
It really has been. And he's not hitting easy shots either. Like, maybe a couple of them, but some of those shots have been tough shots to hit. Whenever you can hit a player flying out a window in the air with a quick scope, GG's. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not playing. I'm leaving the lobby. It's not happening. Team Priestley, though, looking to close the map out. Cal again through middle of the map will find a first blood. It's just ridiculous at this point. Now set up at the back. Watch over top AC. This bomb should go down shortly.
He has these timings on lock. Up, ring around the rosy. Pistols out. Not going to be able to win it. Steevo. I mean, we saw Noisy try to do that to Cal earlier, and you know how that story ended. This time, Cal will be dealt with. Now, Steevo has that back spawn. Is he going to have the read, though, for Brandon to be there? Much needed out of drills. The bomb is down for Team Priestley, so the time is a big factor. But you have to worry about the pressure from admin. Player number 3, Brandon, should be in a spot to just win this out if this goes the distance.
Yeah, he really is. Nobody's cleared out Brandon, and Brandon will find one. It's just Steevo. Really weak as well. Will be fully regen to take this fight here with 15 seconds left, and Brandon on a head glitch. That is never an easy gunfight to win, and Team Priestley will take the search and destroy 6-3. Now up 2-0 here in the series, Colin, and they are cooking at the moment.
Yeah, you know, it just comes down to I like that play from Steevo to play that flank. I would have liked Team Steevo to follow up and, you know, go one better. You know that if you don't clear out top admin, that's going to make this retake even harder. And they just kind of, they go the distance, they take down Cal, but they don't push into admin. They don't clear that second floor, and Brandon is just living up there for the entire round. Nobody tries to challenge him out there at the end there, and it's just a very easy win for Team Priestley to win out that second map and lead the series, now up by 2.
And now we get the highlights, Colin, and I would imagine that this is about to be a Cal show in terms of our highlights, because he was ripping it with the sniper here. Also, I mean, Brandon really set the pace early inside of this. The 1v3 there inside of that round. Actually, not seeing any snipes yet coming on through here. Cal almost 1v4s here. That would have been absolutely insane, too. There's the first. But, yeah, I mean, this whole map was just, it was close, but it just felt like Team Priestley was always a step ahead.
I could get behind that one, too. You know, I'm not saying that. I think Team Steevo played a lot better in this Search and Destroy than they did back on that hotel Search and Destroy.
Agreed, for sure.
It's just, it's still steps behind. So that's a fantastic point to put in there. For Team Priestley, however, it seems like Search and Destroy, which, you know, surprisingly in the past for St. Clair was a major issue for, I'd say, Priestley and Brandon. In this tournament, they're looking awesome. You said back in our first series today that, you know, throughout Modern Warfare 2, they did look better. But, you know, here in the series that we have versus Team Steevo and versus Team Noisy, for the Search and Destroys, there's a lot of potential for Team Priestley to walk into this grand final and for sure upset that Search and Destroy.
Absolutely. And I was about to say, I think that we might need to slowly start to walk away from the whole St. Clair struggling with Search and Destroy thing in the past, because I agree that it was a really big problem back in Cold War. Definitely a problem in Vanguard a little bit, but definitely this last year. I mean, MW2, their Search and Destroy took leaps and bounds this year, like way better than it was. It was one of their better modes that we had seen from them really in the past. So I love to see that in Team Priestley. They're definitely bringing it back, and you can see it here in this. I mean, that was another really good, solid Search and Destroy from them there. I mean, this team looks very impressive at the moment.
It's a team that just continues to grow, continues to impress, and get better. So, Team Priestley heading into this map number 3 with a lead up by 2. Jesse, we got our control coming up next, folks. A quick little break. We'll see you on the other side here with more College God. Welcome back, all you College God enjoyers. We got Hotel Control on the horizon here as Team Priestley leading the lower finals up by 2 after a terrific finish for the squad on that Embassy Search and Destroy. Jesse, 100-point club in the search, a solid, or 100-point club in the search, 100-point club in the hard point, a solid Search and Destroy. Now heading into this control, it just seems like this is Team Priestley's series to lose.
100-point club in the search would be insane. Could you imagine that?
100-0.
That would just be
100 rounds of Search and Destroy. Imagine
that would just
playing
be straight. Could you imagine playing 100 rounds of Search and Destroy and losing? Round after round of search and destroy. No, thank you.
That is,
Hotel
is
control.
mental
though.
composure through the roof.
Absolutely. You would need to be composed off the wazoo to be able to handle that. But we got a hotel control coming up next. We've seen control earlier on today, and this was a map that Team Steevo was able to come away with, or the control that they were able to come away with earlier in the series. Team Priestley did lose out on their control. But I mean, so far this series has been all control. I really don't know what Team Steevo really needs to do. It probably needs to be the SMGs, like we were kind of hinting on earlier, to step up bigger, especially on a map like Hotel like this. That they just need to bring the fight to Team Priestley. Otherwise, this one's going to be over really quick.
Here we go. Map number 3, Jesse. Can they take over at the beginning? Can they start this hotel control on the front foot? Many questions that we need to have answered here for Team Steevo. It's a must-win map 3 to push this to that map number 4. See if they can pull some respawns out from underneath this Team Priestley squad. As we get things going, we get things cooking, Jesse. We start off with Brandon, the man of the hour.
We need playoff paralysis if we want this series to go any further. That's what we're going to need here. And that's a great break-off for Team Steevo so far. They'll go 3 for 1. Slow down any chance of a push there from Team Priestley. But everybody on Team Priestley going to spawn up over towards A and immediately going to put all the pressure there.
Oh, and Brandon is actually reading everything right now through the A zone, just waiting for that play through arches. Wins it out. Now the second tick getting worked on. You see the closest players are going to be pushing through kitchen, so pinch play out of Steevo, but disjointed because of Kaiser playing so forward. So Loxity's going to have to make this play alongside Steevo. They get it done, and in fact, Steevo does one better, takes down Kaiser, and allows those players stuck to push out.
They don't finish off A, but this now opens up an opportunity now for everybody on Team Priestley to wrap their way over towards B. That's a big first kill there by Drills, and is just trying to lock down that bottom bedroom, make sure nobody can escape their way through it. And now you get some help from Zloxities as well. It was looking a little scary at first, but now they should be able to lock this down and hold off any chance towards B now.
Zelo's going to finish off Kaiser. Steevo almost, or should have had Brandon. With the way he's shooting, it's not an easy kill to pick up. 4 and 2 out of Brandon. Just jump out this door. Look at Cal all the way forward. See if you can find some of these kills, block those spawns. Not going to happen this time. Excellent pressure out from Steevo alongside Zelo to make sure that, Cal doesn't get anything going there. A couple kills from Team Parisi, but still struggling to get onto this B zone.
Only about half a tick of progression there. Nobody really wanting to give up too much on the side of Team Steevo, but really this is your chance to strike. Everybody's spawning a little bit further away from the hill right now. Now the reinforcements are here, so they kind of missed their opportunity, and they need to find another wave of kills, but that's a big 2-piece. Brandon Priestley find 2, and Kaiser finds the 3rd, and yeah, this is absolutely your opportunity now to hop on.
Steevo and Co. spawning out in Narnia. They're going to have to race through the middle of the map. You see Paralysis looking to check through couches, find another angle. Couple players going to be cut down, but Priestley hops up top on the planters, takes down Paralysis, finishes off that 3-piece, and the round to follow up. Team Priestley, what a transition over towards B. They clean up a couple of those takes towards A really quickly, and then to finish this one off, I mean, what a lovely setup.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Sometimes when you look over at that B zone, everything's looking all good, and then you get broken one time. 1 3-piece completely changes that whole round. That's why you see a lot of teams go towards A first, because once you get B, you get them spawning out towards middle of the map, it is really just a GG from there, as long as you can hold your irons and win your gunfights in those situations. And Team Priestley showing off once again there just how good of a team they are in those situations once they get the advantage in a gunfight. Now Team Steevo, they're going to need to win an offense of their own. Looks like it's going to be a push straight through middle of the map, and then maybe just figuring out where the rest of the defensive players are and pushing off from there.
Priestley in behind 3, only fighting 2 though. Can't finish off on the last one, enough to slow the tempo to a complete halt. But not for long. The spawns for Team Steevo close over towards the kitchen, so they just jump right back onto this A zone. And Kaiser gonna have to wait a little bit on these players to see if they can come and help him out. This last little team shots or body shots there from Zaloxities. Still on A zone. Priestley now through the side door. The full pinch collapse going to be forming here. Paralysis alongside Steevo. See if they can hold off. In comes Zeloxides. Well, I thought that was a teammate from Team Priestley. 4 quick kills there. That was a really weird gunfight.
So did I at first. I definitely thought that was a teammate from Team Priestley as well, but no, Zeloxides just flying across the screen, not able to find anything. A big life lead starting to develop here, Colin. 6 lives, make it 7 now, and it's really just Steevo. Anywhere pushed forward at the moment, they will fall as well. But the pressure from Team Steevo still mounting towards this B zone. It looks like they want to try to get onto it, try to force the rest of the Team Priestley players to wrap back over this way, and try to see if they can find anything to do with it. And while they're doing that, Team Steevo is going to push through middle of the map.
Whoa.
Oh my god, a knife as well. An opportunity now maybe to get some pressure onto both points.
And knife to meet you. See you later. Looks like Priestley, they don't care about A. They just want to make sure that B doesn't go just yet. And they put all their focus onto those 3 players, cleaned them up flawlessly. It's all going to be down to this B zone push. This last tick that they need. Steevo trying to block out those spawns. Spawn the rest of Team Priestley over towards Spa. You need this collapse. They're going to hop on the zone. Stop that clock. 20 seconds left. A-zone now going to be cemented into the second tick. Steevo chill trying to finesse a couple of these kills. Cal's going to win that one out. Now the break attempt, not going to follow up. So they give up this A-zone, but they're okay with just taking the kills.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to play for exits here. Unfortunately, not going to find too many of them. And now, when you're looking at Team Steevo, it's going to be all about rotating over towards New. This is an interesting angle from Brandon. We'll find one, but that's about it. And now the furthest player pushed up to really try to shut any pushes down here from Team Steevo is Priestley, but with 6 lives left only, this is going to be really tough to find a break.
Yeah, no more respawns. Kaiser's going to make sure of that. 46 seconds left. 15 playing 3. It's only a matter of time. Priestley now jumping into the spawns. Just see if he can clean it up quick. A little bit of a prolonged effort here out of Team Steevo. Kaiser's letting him know who the top dogs so far in this lobby are. And that's Team Priestley looking to finish off in the second round.
Yeah, just Para left alive here. Paralysis trying to do their best. Not going to find it. Team Priestley up 2-0. That defense looked sublime there. I mean, just really solid. Could not really do much against them. Yeah, you get the A zone, but that B zone was locked down, and that life lead was humongous.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 10-1 Jesse towards the end there. It's not an easy thing to play. You're going to need to really harness your inner champion for that one. So 2-0 for Team Priestley here on the hotel control. Only moments away from meeting that rematch against Team Noisy inside of the grand finals here of our College COD Alumni 1K. And only one more round to make that happen. Priestley's going to start strong with a kill into Paralysis, but a quick 2-piece from Zeloxides to keep them at bay.
Oh, there we go. Cal will find the kill over the top. Kaiser could not find that kill out through the middle. So Zeloxides will end up falling once again here. And now everybody on the side of Team Priestley gonna wrap over towards B. Well, you have Cal playing over at A by the at B by themselves. Everybody else is over at A, and they are just being a straight nuisance right now. This A zone is gonna go for free. Kaiser is just beaming as well.
The amount of body shots that Kaiser is giving to Team Steevo right now.
They shot bodies first, to be fair.
They did shoot bodies first, but he is letting them know. I love it, Jesse. I love it. All the trash talk possible here inside of College COD Alumni Tournament. A-Zone's going to get cleaned up. Zeloxides trying his best to fend off these oncoming players. Only going to be good for the one. Paralysis sets up all the way top patio, but you still get the spawn from Brandon in that same spot, so they might not have the read onto this this forward pressure.
And you got to watch for Cal as well on the back line. Player 4 is going to be a real problem here. Finds one in the back. Brandon finds one up front. Now the pinch comes through. And I would imagine Cal is just going to set up, try to pick these players off spawn from Spa. Won't get either of them. And this is slowly turned into a really good setup here for Team Steevo.
And Brandon's going to take down Steevo, though. And Zeloxides is going to have to be hunted down and cleared as well. Has the right read. Just Vastnev versus Tack in that situation. I'll take the Vastnev all day of the week.
We've seen this in the last round on Team Priestley's offense, where it took them a while to find that break, and it's definitely taking them longer this time through. But they've got a minute left on the clock still. Lots of lives to work with. They need just one break. One big break. Oh, and the Cal's going to see that shadow. They got to clear this player out of their back line. It's Steevo, who is just being in a nuisance, will fall. And now you at least have your back line clear. You have an opportunity to push forward.
Kaiser doesn't finish off paralysis just yet. To be able to delay this push ever so longer, you still have Zeloxides playing towards couches as well, but Cal sneaks through as well. Crossfire here with Kaiser, not able to find anything off of that one, so Kaiser still struggling to get through. Lovely round here from Team Steve over at this B control zone. They haven't let Priestley or Team Priestley do really anything at all this round.
Nope, not going down without a fight. And the life lead now into their favor for Team Steevo. And they still hold so much map control. Only 10 seconds left. Unless we get a break right now, this round's over.
It's a lot easier, too, for Team Steevo when they're not giving up so many deaths to this team. So last second, they hop on point 3. No way. Oh, no way. This is where they end it here. But in fact, yes, there is not a chance they get it done. Team Steevo bring us to a 4th round. They say not yet.
They bring the fight back, right? And that's what's important. They didn't go down without that fight there in this last round. Their offense on the last round did not look great, though. It looked very, very rough. I think that instead of putting focus towards both sites, I think they need to just hard focus one off the bat here, try to find kills, and make sure that you don't get outslayed like you did in that first round. That first round, the slaying is what hurt you at the end. If you can get one of these ticks of progression or one of these zones without losing out and going down 5-6 lives, that's going to be your best opportunity of being able to win this in terms of rebounding from the last round.
This is going to be the toughest battle so far in the game. Round number 4, the control, ready to go. Opening kills are a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Team Priestley. They clear out all 4 members. They don't allow player number 5, Steevo, to break through. And now that forward setup we get, Kaiser is going to be hopping up this ladder and looking to punish the rest of them. Drills doesn't expect him to be there. Now Kaiser's in a perfect spot to win this out.
Top glass running across Cat. This is going to be really annoying to deal with here. They're going to go to hop onto A. I'm not sure if they realize that he's chasing or not. Kaiser's just going to walk right through. They don't get the kill. And Kaiser will find another one onto A. And Colin, what exactly did I say we need to see not happen? A big life lead, but it's already grown to 6 now for Team Priestley.
Another one for Kaiser, maybe 2. 18 and 17. Not the flashiest kills for himself, but man, he is making it look so simple for Team Priestley on this defense. Over towards this A zone we have for Team Steevo to see if they can push this farther. 18 lives playing 22. Second tick being worked on. Kaiser through that side door is going to get checked out, but what Zeloxides really has to worry about is Brandon across this catwalk. Team Priestley, are they just going to give this one up?
They might. They might just give this one up with only a 4-life lead. This is a lot of time still for Team Steevo to work with. They do find 2 exits. They need to really focus on finding these next 2 as well, but Paralysis will find Kaiser through middle of the map. That's going to open up an extra little bit of a lane here. Brandon's playing that same spot he played in the last defense as well, and he'll fall too. So there's definitely an opportunity now for Team Steevo to work through their spawn.
Priestley, Kaiser get 2. Cal, 3rd. Back to the spawns.
There goes that chance.
Yeah, chance number 1, wave number 1 going to be dealt with. Time for round 2 begin.
It looked like an opportunity, but just completely drops. And now Priestley and the rest of the team pushed up in really good spots here. 2-piece for Cal again. Colin, it was looking like there was a really good opportunity, and all the gunfights just went the way of Team Priestley.
And 10 lives down. This is going to be an absolute monumental breakdown if Steevo and his team manage to walk away with this round, but even Priestley's not going to let him die. So, staying alive, 18 seconds left. It does seem like this team was really destined for Jesse. A rematch against Team Noisy. It's what I wanted to see. Now it's what you wanted to see ever since that winner's final. my eyes have been on Team Priestley and the way that they're going to perform now, dropping down into the losers final to see how they perform against Team Steevo. Wow. And man, did they make it look good.
Colin, that was a 4-life lead when they capped the first point, and in a minute 20 to the second point, they turned that 4-life lead into a 14-life lead to close that last game out, that last round out. Team Priestley tearing it up. Cal with 4,600 damage. Insane stuff. Absolutely insane stuff out of Team Priestley. They close out the game. They get the job done. And, I mean, as this game closes further and further, like you said, we're not supposed to be biased. There's a guilty part of me that really wanted to see Team Priestley win this so we could get the rematch from our winners finals, because I think that's going to be the best match that we have in terms of grand finals, personally.
Actually, you try not to be biased to about it, and if Team Steevo walked away and won this game, I would have been elated to see that happen.
For sure.
These are great players. They're fantastic at playing inside of College COD. And inside of this matchup versus Team Priestley, you even saw moments where Team Steevo actually looked like they could make it happen. But when you look at this Team Priestley squad and when you look at the way that they played in that winners final, you almost felt like deep down that rematch in the grand finals was destined for this Team Priestley squad. This team was feeling a little bit upset after that loss inside of the winners final. They went to Twitter. They said, it's like, hey man, like we felt like this was like a game that we could have won a couple of those maps. And now they get that chance to prove themselves that they can back that up and they can play against Team Noisy again and maybe take a couple maps off them.
Yeah, and I think they can, honestly. If we look back at that first series that they played, I mean, it was so close. A 7-point hard point, 1 round search, 1 round of expo control that told the tape of that story. And I think that there's a very real opportunity here still for Team Priestley to be able to come out, play their best, and take a couple maps off Team Noisy, maybe even take the series. You really never know. And hey, we're going to have a fun one too, Colin, because it's 2 best of 5s as well. So if we end up getting the first one, we get a whole bracket reset, and they get an opportunity to do it all over again. It's my favorite type of format.
It's the toughest part for Team Priestley is not only do they have to win 1 best of 5 against Team Noisy, they got to do it back to back. So taking a look at the scoreboard from that control, Cal 31-21. Towards the end there, you're like, another 2-piece for Cal. He was on point with that one. 4,600 damage. It's been the Brandon show when it comes down to this AR lineups, but Cal is right there with them. I mean, this AR duo on Team Priestley are disgusting.
Yeah, they've been really, really scary. And then, I mean, like, you say that, but then you look at the submachine gun duo, too, and Priestley and Kaiser, and the way they tore it up throughout all of those maps. I know not the most flashy numbers there, a few positive here and there in that last map there, but, I mean, even that map 1, they were tearing it up in Mercado for themselves. But you can see it here at the end of the game. 250-99 map 1, 6-3 map 2, and that 3-1 hotel control to finish things off for Team Priestley. Well done, Team Steevo. It's a third place finish. Nothing to hang your heads on. You'll still walk away with a little bit of money there. And now Team Priestley are really the team that are going to be putting the main focus. Now, Team Noisy up next. What do they need to do different? That's what's going to be going through all their heads.
We'll be looking at the bracket. Here we go. Grand finals locked in, folks. Next up, we have Team Noisy, Team Priestley running it back from that winner's final matchup. You look across the board, only team not having a 3-0 was that Team Quintank versus Team Div, all the way in the bottom. Other than that, it's been 3-0s. The winner's final was, I guess, that 3-0 really doesn't tell a tale towards it because Jesse, I mean, it was like an 8-point difference across all 3 maps. So I couldn't be more excited to get this grand final set up. We're going to take a quick break, get things ready to go, folks. We'll see you on the other side with the last match here on College COD Alumni 1K.